Right. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Double Bond podcast. आज हम strictly English में बात करने वाले हैं. This is the okay, right. This is the first episode where we introduce our first guest. Today we have with us Miss Lekha Meenakshi Sundaram. Hi Lekha, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Good. Great. I mean, we had a lot of intriguing questions about what you're doing after what you've been doing after 10th grade, 12th grade. And by the way, she's our batchmate. Yeah, batchmate. And looking at people from our school, we didn't expect a lot of us to do pretty well outside studies. And you're one of the few people, as I already told you, who have done a pretty good job outside of schooling and education. Which this episode may we'll be talking about the whole process, the journey you've been through, and how and where you've put yourself as an author. So guys, she has started writing, and she has become an author at 18 years old, if I'm not wrong, right? So she has started with this first book called
The Werewolves of Brooklyn, Siege of the Dopalphat.
Okay. And so this book is available on Amazon
Amazon and Flipkart.
and Flipkart. This is how she has become a young author, and I've heard that it's a blooming passion of inside of you. Like you're very passionate about all of this. So let's hear from your side what the book is about, how your journey was.
So this book is basically a children's fantasy novel.
Okay.
So when you think about the world of supernatural, you have like a lot of A-rated stuff, right? Like the Vampire Diaries and Twilight and all. It's all A-rated.
Yeah.
But there are children who are interested in supernatural things as well, right? Like, for example, my sister,
Okay.
she was basically the inspiration for me writing this.
Okay.
Like, when she used to see me watching Vampire Diaries and all, she would want to watch it. But
she couldn't. Yeah.
being a responsible big sister, I couldn't let her sit there
Yeah,
and watch all that. So, I wanted to write something that parents would feel comfortable giving their little kids, like 11 to 14-year-olds.
Okay.
So, this is basically like an introduction into the world of supernatural.
I see.
It's based on werewolves and Norse mythology.
Okay. Well, Sigma and I here have a bunch of questions if you would not mind. Firstly, disclaimer, guys, this whole episode is going to be solely PG-13 because the book and its audience would not cater to the fact that us being violent, A-rated and stuff. And as मैंने पहले ही बोल दिया कि हिंदी में पूरा एपिसोड नहीं आएगा, इंग्लिश में आएगा. All the episodes we have done in Hindi are up there. Go watch right now. Almost 20-25 episodes we have right now. So let's begin with the questioning.
Okay, so we already prepared the questions before. So why are you exactly writing this book? Is it only for the kids or the adults can read it too?
Yeah, the adults can read it as well. Like, so my idea when I wrote this was like, Harry Potter, okay? A kid of 11 years old starts reading it and they basically get to grow up with the character. So as the kid grows up, the character grows up as well. And the content in the book changes as well. Like the way J.K. Rowling wrote it was like, she introduces more mature themes as the readers and the character grows. So that was basically my idea. So here the character is a teenager. She is like 17 or something. But I wanted it like the words and the vocabulary I used here and the themes are something that a little kid could read. So, adults could read it. Obviously, parents will want to know what their children are reading. So, yeah, it's suitable for all ages.
Okay, so how did you decide to find an interest in writing?
Well, that would be due to one of my grade school teachers, Usha Baima.
Yeah, we know her.
She kind of encouraged me in writing. She only read the answers that I wrote in answer scripts. But that little encouragement she used to give, that was really nice.
Me guys, from where we are from, and she's from our schools, we are batchmates. It is very, very hard for an English teacher to read just your answer scripts and you getting inspired from that.
Yeah.
I can kind of relate. Like, English is a very difficult subject when it comes to being in India, especially the fact that, you know, you never get a centum in English.
Yeah.
Whether it's math, science, you get centum.
But I aspired to get that. I think I almost did. I got like 30.
She was a topper in English every time.
Yeah.
So kudos to that, firstly, because we had the same teacher, and well, our class was disrespected by her most of the times. Our class was the worst, but kudos to that. And
Yeah, so like, what made you think that you can write a book? Because I see so many people, I have many friends who wants to become an author, but they're getting stuck on a daily basis. Is it the consistency, or what is the key thing that is
Well, at the time I wrote this, like, it was a time where I didn't really get the opportunity to talk to people much. Okay, so this was kind of my outlet. I put everything I had into this. Yeah, I wrote consistently. Like, all my free time I put into this. It was kind of like a distraction at first. But then it became something more. Then it became like, okay, I want to publish this. I need to quantify it. I've done this. It's going out. It was kind of like that.
How long did it take, the whole process?
4 to 5 months.
The book in like 4 to 5 months.
Yeah. And then, like, I just had it lying in my shelf for quite a while.
Okay.
And I started the publishing process maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
so, what was the whole process of publishing, and was it really hard or was it easy for you? As I mean, she does English, right? You do English as your bachelor's, and you're currently in the second year, if I'm not wrong. So, was it easy as a bachelor's of English?
It was thanks to my professor that I got it done this easily.
Okay.
So he just came into class one morning and he was telling us about how another student of his, like a passed out student, he used to send chapters of his book to this professor, and this professor got it published for him. So I went up to this professor. His name is Dr. Samuel Rufus.
Okay.
I went up to him and I was like, "Sir, I have this book. It's kind of almost ready to be published. Can I send it to you and can you help me with the publishing?" He was like, "Yeah, sure. Get it proofread. We can get it published very quickly." So I gave it to one of my classmates to beta read it. She gave me a little, like, some small corrections. I made them. I gave it to the professor. He got it published for me. He even paid for the publishing.
Okay.
He paid like 4,000 something to get it published.
Yeah, damn. I see. Like, from where we belong, like engineers, it is very hard to get something if written, firstly, and secondly to get it sponsored or even published. Like, in our terms, we have this thing called research papers which we write, which take the living hell out of people. Like, you cannot write a research paper. It is super hard. And well, congrats for getting your sir. I mean, of course, you would have the means way easier than for us. But congratulations for that too.
You said Ushabai ma'am was your starting point,
Yeah.
but you obviously need a push through all along while writing the book. So what was your inspiration while writing the book?
So at first it was my aunt, okay? She was the one who told me, like, I was just sitting around doing absolutely nothing. She told me that I should try writing. So I was like, okay, this person who I kind of looked up to at the time, she told me that I should write. So I started thinking of an idea. That was the time I was watching Teen Wolf, okay?
Okay.
Like, I had just gotten out of Vampire Diaries and I was watching Teen Wolf. So that's why Werewolf.
Yeah, so,
And then another source of inspiration was my little sister.
okay.
So she opened up, like, at first I had it all written down on a piece of paper. She opened up the first page, like, we were traveling at the time. It was night and we were like on a bus. I gave her the book, she opened it up, she read the first page and she was like, Akka, it's pretty good. I want to try reading it more. So, you know, that was really inspirational. Like, she was my target audience, like that age. And a kid of that age liked it, you know. So that was a good push. It was inspirational.
So throughout the process, you know, it must have been very, you know, difficult to sit consistently, though you were like free at the time and you couldn't talk to people or say, you know, you weren't conversing a lot. What made you actually believe in yourself as a writer, as someone who likes the art of publishing, or, you know, the fact of like writing, reading English? what made you believe in yourself?
Well, I've always wanted to be an author. I mean, you guys probably would have heard me saying it.
Yeah. We do. We did. Yeah.
So it's like I had the time, so I was like, let's just do it. Whether it gets published or not is secondary, but right with the aim of it being published,
Yeah.
right with the aim of it going out into the
I
world.
mean, as content creators, we know how hard it is to publish anything. So, yeah, well, what do you think is the shift, the movie shift? So, people have been reading books since like our parents' age or, our grandparents, they used to love reading books. But what do you think about the current shift of people from books to, movies?
Well, the thing is, decreasing attention spans.
Okay.
This book might take someone 4 hours or something to read.
Okay.
But if it was made into a movie, it would probably be like only 1.5 hours long, right?
Okay.
So, people don't have the patience to sit and, turn pages and all that stuff. It's easier for them to just watch things on a screen. That's a more passive activity, right? But when you're reading, you really need to be involved in it. Pay attention to
Yeah.
where you're reading and
Yeah.
all. But whereas when you're just watching it on a movie, watching it on the screen, it's easier.
So, what would you like to tell our viewers as part of the book, or if you want to tell about the book, you can openly talk about it, any characters or anything.
So the names of the characters, they are actually inspired from the Vampire Diaries and the originals.
Okay.
So the main character's name is Andrea Morgan.
Okay.
So the first name Andrea. In the originals, there's this character Hope Andrea Michelson.
Mhm.
So I took her middle name Andrea,
Okay.
and then the last name Morgan.
Okay.
So Hope's father is Klaus Michelson. The actor who played Klaus Michelson is Joseph Morgan.
Okay.
So I took his last name here.
Okay.
So a lot of the names are kind of like that. Like if
Okay.
you read it, you will be able to find out.
So like you're basically standing right on the line of inspirational thing and plagiarism thing. That's
No,
I think
it's just the names actually. Like
what I'm saying. You're correctly on the line, which is a very good thing. Because many people while reading your book will be relating to all those things, which is a very good thing, I believe.
The callback value, what he's trying to say is the callback value
Yeah.
will be greater
Yeah.
than just random, names from you.
yeah, the thing is that
Compatible.
only if I mention that I got the names from that,
Mhm.
you will be able to identify.
Yeah.
Or else it would be kind of hard to make the connection.
Makes sense.
Okay, elephant in the room question. So basically, what do you think is a book adapted movie better than the actual book itself?
Absolutely not. There are a lot of details that authors give in the book that never really make it to the movie. For example, Twilight. Okay, I was just talking about this a couple of days ago.
Okay.
The author Stephanie Meyer describes Edward as this super hot guy. Okay, no offense to Robert Pattinson, but you're just expecting someone younger and that really hot kind of guy. Okay, but then Robert Pattinson just walks in. It is kind of anticlimactic.
Okay.
It's like if you hadn't read the book earlier, you would say, okay, yeah, this guy is the perfect Edward.
Okay.
But when you read the book and then you go to the movie, you kind of expect more from it. The same thing in Harry Potter as well. There are a lot of details. I mean, dude, the movie writers cut out a character. They cut out Charlie Weasley from the movie. So, being part of the Weasley family should give him the importance, right? He should be in the movie.
Yeah.
He doesn't even come at all. So there are a lot of details that movie writers or show writers miss.
Makes sense. That's good. So, finally, thanks for watching, guys. I think it's been really pleasant to meet you after a very long time. I think it's been one and a half years since we last.
Yeah, 1.5 years since I
Yeah.
met you. I haven't seen you since 10th grade.
Yeah, seen me since school.
So, I hope you have a joyous journey throughout authoring, and we are really proud as batchmates to encourage you through this process and through promoting your book. Any last things you want to talk to the viewer, tell to the viewer?
Yeah, I just want to tell you guys, give it a try. I put a lot of work into it. I put a lot of work into this, and whether you like it or not is secondary, but please do give it a try.
Well, you heard it from the author herself. इनकी बुक्स अगर आपको पसंद आ रही हो तो प्लीज़ डू गो सर्च इट ऑन Amazon and Flipkart and order them.
And in case she becomes a very famous author, you know where this interview is. So subscribe for more such, homegrown interviews.
And thank you for watching. Thank you, Lekha, for giving us the opportunity to interview you. And I hope you
Thank you for accepting.
no problem. I hope you liked the banter, or I don't know what to call it, just the interviewing phase. And I hope you a lot of success after this point. And we genuinely hope that it's the next big thing from your side.
The book becomes a success and you're writing another one, you know where to come.
Yeah, you know it. So next time we'll have you on once your book is a big success, and if and when it does, we will surely have a more uncandid sort of our style of the video. And that's it. I think. Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you next week on the Double Bond Pod
With an episode.
with an episode. Peace off.
Fuck off.